Hello, guys. Welcome back to another podcast episode, solo episode with me. I was very excited to do this one. I felt like it was really fun and necessary. I wanted to talk about the things that we expect from our meditation versus the things we get that we never expected from our meditation practice. I know when I first came to my meditation practice, all I wanted to experience was moments of calmness in my day. Truly. I remember being at a SoulCycle class and the instructor, she was amazing. Her name was Rachel Warren. She now, I think, is a co-founder of Forward Space, if anyone's in New York. It's like a dance workout. Amazing. But she was like, I want you to scream what you want today. And people are, of course, screaming like all these incredible things that they want to manifest and they want to bring in. And all I can think of was calmness and peace. At the time, I was having gut issues and I was convinced there was something wrong. And it's like, what came first, like the gut issues or my brain that always felt like something was wrong and the anxious thoughts that I had. And as soon as I cleaned up my mind, my gut has been such a healthy space ever since. So it's not a coincidence there. But I remember so clearly just being like, I just want to experience what it feels like to be calm for a moment. And that's all I wanted to get out of my practice. But what started to happen was so much more than that. So I wanted to talk about some of the things that I came in expecting from my practice that I think a lot of other people come in expecting, and some things that maybe we don't expect that we can get out of it. With that being said, I also feel like it's a different age now. From 2017, when I first started, we were energetically, collectively, we were in a completely different frequency and space. And now you might be coming to the practice for some of the things that I didn't expect from a practice just because of where we're at collectively, which is so freaking exciting. So just keeping that in mind, of course, because energy has shifted, the energy on the planet has increased and raised. And with that comes a lot more benefits that we could get from our meditation practice. We're not just coming for the calmness of the nervous system, we're coming for a lot more maybe, which is beautiful. So some of the things that I think we expect to get out of a meditation practice, and we absolutely do receive these, is feeling more connected to our body and our energy. So allowing our energy to just feel settled in our body, to feel a sense of calmness and peace in our body, to have that nervous system regulation and be able to go through life not in a state of fight or flight. And I think a lot of people come for that reason. I also think something that we always expect that we typically get out of meditation is releasing stress from the mind and the body as well. So any tension that we're holding, any negative thoughts that we may be under, being able to release them and coming into a more calmer state. Some other things that we may expect that we also get from a meditation practice is a healthier physical body. So our blood pressure balancing, our thoughts being more balanced, our digestion even improving. And this is something that I received from meditation that actually I didn't expect. Once I started meditation, I started to just have a healthier digestion situation, becoming a lot more regular. Because guess what? In order to release, you need to be calm. Your body needs to be relaxed. If we're constantly full of tension, our systems of the body can't regulate themselves in the way that they're meant to. And the truth is, the nervous system actually impacts every other system of the body. So we come here, we expect to improve the nervous system, but it never stops there. Because the nervous system really dictates the energy of every single system of the body. So our endocrine system, our hormones are being impacted by our meditation practice. And I feel like that's something many of us don't realize and expect. Our digestion definitely impacted. Our cardiovascular system, our respiratory system, all impacted because we're working every single system of the body as we practice breathwork and meditation. Some other things I think that we don't expect that we get from our meditation practice is a deeper connection to our body, in the sense of we can tap into a power of activating the healer within ourselves, activating the alchemist within. So I know if I'm feeling a bit of tension or pain or discomfort in my body, in the past, I would completely panic and go into several scenarios and then call my mom or call Vinny and tell them my theories. Now, my first line of defense is sitting with the discomfort, allowing myself to feel whatever's coming up and breathing into that space, not trying to stop it, not trying to change it, just communicating with my body, asking my body what it's trying to tell me, and using my breath to move the energy through. And from there are so many different things happening. But the first, I'm choosing a way to calm my body rather than amplify any stress or anxiety that I would in the past. By thinking different scenarios, all of a sudden you're going to go down a very different path than actually taking control of your breath, honoring your body, sitting with it and feeling it. So I feel like that's something that we don't necessarily expect to get out of meditation, that we absolutely do. Something else is an improvement in our relationship to ourself. What starts to happen is we get to know ourselves on a deeper level. We get to honor ourselves and love ourselves as the truest, most authentic form that we are. And outside validation doesn't matter as much. What matters is staying authentic and aligned within. And this slowly starts to happen as we build a practice. And on top of that, what starts to happen is a deep, deep connection to our intuition. And when we're intuitive, we live from a place of not logic, but truly our intuition and this intuitive knowing. So the choices we make are no longer out of fear, but they're out of alignment. And all of a sudden we're making choices. My family, there are so many times where they think I'm out of my effing mind. Nothing makes sense to them in the beginning when I explain it to them. But they know that I'm so in touch with my intuition that it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense to them logically. It doesn't matter if it makes sense to the collective. It makes sense to me, and that's all that matters in my soul. So what starts to happen is you can truly tap in so deeply to your intuition. You start to make choices from that space of alignment. And that's where your life just starts to change, because we could so easily make choices from this space of programs, from a space of what society has pushed upon us, from a space of what our parents think is right or wrong, from a space of safety and security. Or we can make decisions and choices from the deepest inner knowing of our body, our mind, and our soul. And from there, that's when we start to live rather on the path of karma, but our path of dharma. And that it requires a lot of trust. It requires a lot of faith. And that brings me to the next thing that you might not expect from a meditation practice that comes. It's that deep trust. It's that deep, deep surrender, knowing that we're all here for a greater purpose. We're all here for a reason. And we have different life paths that we can take. And any messages we receive is for a reason. Any dream that we could dream up, it's because it's possible. And when you lean so deeply and take the universe as your partner on all of your ventures, you can create so much. And having that space of surrender and trust is something that comes with practice. It's not something you can convince yourself of. It's not something you could force yourself into. It's something you build every single day inside of yourself. So these are a few things that I think we get out of our practice that maybe we don't expect. Another thing is aligning to your purpose. So many of us want to find our purpose or what we're passionate about and find the true meaning of our life and why we're here. And I do think meditation can really help guide us to that as well. It certainly has for me and many other people. And I also think that in divine time, it all has to be in divine time. I couldn't find my purpose when I was 20, because when I was 20, I needed to experience anxiety. I needed to experience all the things I did so that I could discover my purpose, so that I can move through my life so that I can share this practice from such an authentic space. Because if I found it when I had anxiety, it wouldn't have made sense to me. I needed to go through what I had to go through in order to find what was meant for me. And that's the same for you. So whatever journey you're taking right now, it might actually be leading you to exactly where you're meant to be. And another thing that comes with meditation that you might not expect is the ability to think more positively, the ability to be open to miracles, to shifts, to higher frequencies, to synchronicities, to signs. Because every single time we tune into our meditation, we're literally dialing up our frequency. And when we dial up our frequency, we start to live in a realm to receive them, to receive those messages. So that's another thing that I don't think we expect to get from meditation that we do. And I feel like there's probably a very long list that you guys have as well that I would love to hear from you. You could always write in and share with me some things that you've gotten that you didn't expect. But one other thing is an improvement in relationships and the impact of your practice on other people who you're very close with. We are all extremely connected. And when we practice, we're not just healing ourselves, although we might think that. We're actually able to heal so much within ourselves that we transform energetically for the collective, but also for the people closest to us. So in our relationships, when we're having a difficult moment, we could go into the relationship from a higher space, from a space that's not from one of our triggers or an emotional reaction, but from a space of compassion and deep inner knowing. So it definitely impacts every single relationship that we have because it impacts every single interaction we have. We come with a different frequency. We are different. Our interactions are going to be different. Our relationships are going to be different. If we're more in touch with our higher self, our relationship is going to be the highest version of itself because we are in that relationship. An environment can't change without everything changing in it. And that's what we have the power to do as we practice. With this, I guess I wanted to share how other people around us truly change as individuals as well. I've watched people really close to me start to be able to hold a higher frequency because of the work I've done. And it's because of how closely connected we are. It could be from a past life. It could be from the lineage. It could be because it's like the feminine line in my family. But I've seen transformations happen. And at the same time, I also have not seen transformations happen for some people. And that's their journey. But for the people who are meant to grow around us and with us, we are also helping to encourage that growth as well by doing our own inner work. The more work that we do, the better that we become as our higher self. Everything around us changes and the environment on the earth actually changes as well. So there's so much. I would love to hear from you guys after this episode. I would love for you to DM me. I never know who's listening. And then randomly I'll hear here and there like, oh, I listened to that episode or I listened to your podcast. I would love for you guys to message me and just share some unexpected ways that you feel like you've grown, you've evolved from your meditation practice that you really didn't expect, because the gifts just continue to flow in. And it's all about when we're ready and our divine time. So if you haven't experienced any of the unexpected yet, be patient, go through your practice, see what comes up, allow it to take you on your journey, and talk to the universe and say, I want everything to flow in divine time. I want my growth to be in divine time. I want to find my purpose in divine time. And that will start to open up that communication and allow it all to flow even more. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I love having these deep conversations with you, and I can't wait to see you next time. Sat Nam.